Another day, another diary. My name's Brooke. This is my diary. Basically, we just chat all the time. Um, so today was very boring, but there was a huge storm last night in Michigan, and oh my god, right next to my apartment, um, building, apartment, my room, there's this huge ass tree that literally, if it would have fallen the other way, it would have been right on our apartment, on top of my apartment. It would have been so bad. You can see Winifred and Salem enjoying the window. Um, okay, so today, like I said, boring. It was work. I'm assuming most of us went to work. I hope your job's a lot more entertaining than mine was today. I saw about like 15 people. It was quite the production of me sitting at the computer going, somebody come in, somebody come in, somebody come in. I was losing my mind. Definition of like going insane. However, I do want to preface that like even when I have days like this, I still do find enjoyability in my job. I think that having a simple life or like doing the same thing every single day doesn't mean that you won't be happy doing it. So I don't want to seem like I'm not happy. I mean, I am looking for a different job, but that's just because I wanted to move. I do like my job. And I think at certain points, there are times when you do get bored with your job. And I think I'm starting to hit that curve where you do need to find something new. And I say go for it. The worst that can happen is it doesn't work out and you have to go back to what you were doing, which is not a bad thing. Sorry, Salem and Wonderfur kind of distracted me. They're being so cute and cuddly today. But yeah, um, I feel like there was another thing. I don't know anymore. Um, so yeah, I went to work. When I was driving the highway, I was listening to jams and I was thinking, okay, do I want to say anything of importance today? And I was like, I don't think I have anything to say. And I was like, I feel like that's another thing that needs to be said is don't feel like you always have to be like, yeah, I need to figure out something to put out there. I need to figure out what I'm going to say. Sometimes you should just go with the flow. Just let yourself, think in the moment, act in the moment. Unless and if it's an emotion, I'm not going to say unless. If it's an emotional outburst that you feel bad about later, remember that you can always apologize to somebody. They might not accept your apology, but you can always apologize. And that apology will, if it's coming from the heart, will show that person that you know, reflected, than letting it, simmer and brew and continue on until an apology is forced out of somebody. And what I mean by force is like they're kind of like, oh, I miss this person, or like, oh, we really just need to get over this. That's not, to me, an apology that was made from being reflected. So, yeah, if you do something and you're like, okay, maybe I need to apologize, one, reflect on what you think you need to apologize for. Two, what don't you need to apologize for? And three, just because you give an apology, do not expect an apology back. I've had my feelings hurt a lot because I would expect an apology back because I thought I deserved one when I fought with people before, because I they hurt me just as much as I hurt them in my own viewpoint. I will never actually know if that's truly how they felt, but in my viewpoint. And I know it's kind of a selfish thing to feel like you deserve an apology, but there's other times where I'm like, is it really selfish? Is it selfish to, when you fight with somebody, to think like, okay, at some point both sides have to be wrong. Like I I think there's a very few situations where only one side is solely in the wrong. And I think maybe I play too much devil's advocate, but truly, I don't think there's that many situations in life where you can be like, yeah, I did absolutely nothing wrong. So if you get in a fight with somebody, I just say, take the time to, step back and really think about what hurt you and what you said to hurt somebody. Because when we fight, we genuinely, I want to say most people probably say words that hurt the other person. I know we don't always try for that to be the goal. We don't want to hurt the person we're fighting with most of the time. I think it just happens. It's just like you're fighting, emotions are high, and you usually say words, or yeah, you usually say words. Hopefully you don't commit actions that you regret. If you commit actions, then maybe that requires a little further thought and reflection than just, oh, what could I have done to hurt them? That might require a therapist or anger management if you're going the physical route. Um, and I mean physical as in hurting them or hurting yourself. Like if you start punching a wall because you're so upset, that that also requires something deeper than just like general reflection, because like you are physically harming yourself because of an emotion, and that means either you need help learning how to regulate better, or you're physically hurting yourself. And yes, it's to get your frustration out, but it's also possibly like a deflection from hurting the person you're with, which I think you should also take time to process. Sorry if my face just got darker, my light just died. But yeah, those are my thoughts today. Sorry if that was a long ramble. I really was thinking about apologies today, I guess. And then moving into my habits, because I like habits here. Um, I did go to bed early last night. Um, it was just as like the tornado warning went off on my phone. I was laying in bed like trying to sleep and it goes off. Scared the absolutely living hell out of me. I was like, Jesus Christ. I could hear the alarm going in the distance. I was like, oh, I hate when this happens because it feels like a dystopian, like apocalyptic scenes about to go down. Um, I did hit my 8 to 10,000 steps. I think it was like roughly 9.5. That was 9,500, a little over, maybe a little less, somewhere in that range. We'll just say that. I did work out. Yay. I did drink 2 of my Stanley, so I am doing good with water. Sorry, I keep umming between all of this. I haven't washed my face yet, but I was in the shower. I'm genuinely kind of surprised my makeup kind of stayed put together. Also, the lighting's kind of annoying me. You'll go there. I'm gonna bend down, meet you at the level. Hi, Win. She's like, oh, what's going on? I did stretch. I was very happy with that. I used my phone for more than 3 hours. Today was not a good phone regulation day. I blame that solely because I had no idea what I was supposed to do at work. And then no soda. I officially did change this to just having like one thing a day, and then if I didn't have one, I would extra congratulate myself. So I did have one. It's like the mini cans, not like a full can of soda, the mini cans of soda. I had one of those. It was Sprite Zero. I absolutely love Sprite. Sprite is one of my favorite sodas, along with Dr. Pepper or root beer. Oh, so good. Yeah, that was my day. I don't think I'm gonna do anything more exciting than that. I did take a little video though, and I might loop it of for a lo-fi video, which I think the idea is kind of cool. I don't know how to feel about it though, but I'm channeling the energy. Somebody commented about just like we're basically they were rooting me on and being like, "Don't doubt yourself." So I'm not gonna doubt myself, and I'm just gonna do it. That being said, if you're doubting anything, or if you're like, maybe I should or maybe I shouldn't, I say go for it. Really, the worst thing in life that happens is you might be embarrassed for a little bit, or you might be like, oh, I failed, like it sucks, but you'll always have another chance. You'll always have another day. So don't forget that failure can happen, but you will eventually succeed. I believe in you. You've got this. So, have a great night. Love you. XOXO, Brooke.